Imagine a place where every secret of the ancient world once lived. A place where scrolls whispered forgotten knowledge, where the voices of the wisest minds echoed in silence. That place was the Library of Alexandria, one of humanity's greatest creations, and its most tragic loss. But what was really inside it? What did the flames truly consume? Let's go back, far back, to a time when the world was still learning to understand itself. Alexandria, a city shining like a jewel in ancient Egypt, was home to scholars, philosophers, and dreamers. The library wasn't just a building, it was a symbol of human ambition. They say it housed over 400,000 scrolls. Some even believe that number reached 1 million. But numbers can't explain what was truly lost. Inside those scrolls were not just words, they were the lifeblood of ancient civilizations. Every scroll held a story. Some contained the wisdom of the Egyptians, their medicine, their astronomy, their understanding of life and death. Others came from India, Babylon, Persia, and even distant China. There were texts written by philosophers whose names are now lost to time. Imagine knowledge so old and rare, it would challenge everything we think we know today. Many believe the library contained original works by Aristotle, lost dialogues of Plato, and scientific theories that predated the Renaissance by thousands of years. What if the cure for certain diseases, the blueprint for advanced machines, or maps to uncharted lands were all kept inside, written carefully on fragile papyrus, sealed in silence for centuries? But the truth is, we'll never know. And that's the most haunting part. No one knows exactly when or how the Library of Alexandria was destroyed. Some blame Julius Caesar and a great fire during his conquest in 48 BCE. Others point to religious fanatics, invaders, or even gradual neglect. Each theory tells its own story, but none can fully explain the mystery. Because no fire ever just burns books, it burns possibility. It burns what might have been. Think of a scroll written by an unknown philosopher, someone whose thoughts might have reshaped the world. Someone who discovered truths we haven't even imagined yet. That scroll is now ash, floating in time like a ghost. Isn't that heartbreaking? It's not just about history. It's about humanity. The Library of Alexandria stood as a reminder that we once dared to collect all knowledge in one place. Not for war, not for control, but for learning, for curiosity, for the love of wisdom. That dream was so beautiful, and yet so fragile. Some believe that within those walls, there were texts explaining how the pyramids were built. Not just guesses, not just theories, but first-hand accounts. Instructions, formulas, names of the architects, real answers to questions we still struggle with today. Gone. Others whisper that ancient texts described the stars with such precision, it would put modern astronomers to shame. Did we lose entire constellations the ancients once knew? Did we lose evidence that they understood the movement of planets, the concept of a round Earth, even the idea of multiverses? It's chilling to think that such knowledge may have existed, and that we let it vanish. And then there are the even darker possibilities, texts that held secrets not meant for the ordinary world. Rituals, hidden energies, unexplained sciences. Knowledge that could have changed the course of humanity, or ended it. What if some of that was buried, hidden deliberately, and its destruction wasn't an accident, but a warning? There's a theory that some knowledge from the library was smuggled out, hidden in secret societies or lost monasteries. That maybe, not everything was lost. That somewhere, in some forgotten underground vault, a few surviving scrolls lie in wait, untouched by time, sealed away by those who understood their power. It sounds like fantasy. But then again, so did the library itself. Imagine a world where the Library of Alexandria never burned. Imagine what we would have become. Maybe we'd be living on Mars already. Maybe cancer would be a thing of the past. Maybe wars wouldn't be fought over ignorance, but solved through wisdom passed down by the ancients. Maybe, just maybe, we'd be more than what we are. But instead, we live with a void. A scar across the pages of history. A silence where there should have been a voice. When you walk into a modern library or open a book, you are touching the edge of that dream. But it's only a fraction. The full picture was destroyed before we ever got the chance to see it. Some scrolls may have been copied. Some ideas might have survived in bits and pieces, scattered across cultures and centuries. But the original source, lost. Like tears in rain. People often say history is written by the victors. But sometimes, it's erased by fire. The story of the Library of Alexandria is not just a tragedy of the past. It is a warning, a reminder of how fragile knowledge really is, how easy it is to destroy, and how hard it is to rebuild. It asks us to protect what we know, to seek what we don't, and to never stop asking why. It also reminds us that curiosity is not a crime, but it can be dangerous. Because those in power have always feared knowledge. Feared what people might do if they knew too much. Was that why the library burned? Was its destruction just chaos, or was it control? We may never know. But we can still imagine. We can still wonder. And maybe that's the one thing no fire can ever destroy. So the next time you ask, what was really inside the Library of Alexandria, remember, it wasn't just books. It was hope. It was light. It was humanity's most daring dream. And the silence it left behind still speaks.